I started this journey for Feng Shui, right? Cause there are some people that this is your first time meeting me, right? How many of you guys have like met me? Okay, how many of you guys have not met me before? If you have not met me before, either online or in real person, can you type number 2? Okay, Justin hasn't met me before. Okay, quite a few of you guys. So just to share a little bit of story, background story. When I was still studying, I actually went to see different feng shui masters. I think this story a lot of people have heard before already. But what you guys might not know is that I actually hired a lot of them to come to my uh that at that time, right? One of the uh houses that we have. Yeah, so interestingly, what I wanted to do is to do a little bit of market research, and at the same time, really want to improve the feng shui of one of our houses. Now, interestingly, during that visit, right, the first visit, right, the person did not do a very, very detailed job. So at that point of time, right, I felt that maybe I should get another person to come and see. Now, upon hiring the second person, right, what happened was that the steps that was being used in Home Feng Shui was very different from the first. Now, many of us have heard that, there's different school of thoughts when it comes to Feng Shui. Now, as I thought that that could be the case, so I hired another third person. So you can roughly guess how much I spent. Quite a lot of money lah. So in that sense, what I'm trying to do is that what if there is a certain standard format, right, for doing at the very least, apartments, because apartments are kind of like quite standard anyway. So what if, there was a business that had, actually a certain standard format when doing home feng shui, right? Would that actually take off? That was the question that I had in my head, because I think as much as feng shui is an art, there needs to be a certain structure to it, so that certain days when I'm happy, certain days that I'm not happy, or certain days that maybe it's a client that I find difficult to like, I will still give the same amount of service compared to the client that I like. Yeah, that is something that is what Hoseki is about: consistency. Okay, so after that incident, shortly after that, then I began to do a little bit of freelancing, because I was studying from 4 different person, and then I also realized that the things that they taught were somewhat similar. I would say like 70% similar lah. Yeah, but there are like some minor differences. So taking some of the good things, what I've done is that I've completed them into the structure of feng shui reading, as we do for clients within our Hoseki clientele. And why is feng shui important is that, right, there's actually nothing much that you can do to change your bazi chart. If you are born on that day and you're like that, naturally speaking, you can work very hard to overcome some of the issues that you have. So there are some people, a certain group of people who really, really believe that, hey, you know what? Um, let's say if I were to work very hard, right? I think I can still become anything that I want. I mean, after all, vodka is kind of like made from potatoes, right? So, how many of you guys believe that if you work like super hard, right, you can still become anything that you want? Yeah, if you believe in that, can you type number 3? Yeah, you see, as much as I would like to believe in that, but some of us are not as fortunate as the rest of us. There are people who are born with sicknesses. If you tell them that, you know what, if you work very hard, you will get what you want, sounds reasonable for a normal person, perhaps like you, like me, like everybody else in this room. But let's say this person is born without a hand. Can this person still, technically join the normal Olympics for for basketball, probably quite difficult. There are also clients that I've met that had issues with having seizures. So if you tell them to have a proper job, it can be really, really difficult because even a job like being a security officer is impossible for them. So some of us have a better life, but some of us need help, which is why Home Feng Shui come into the entire foray, because Home Feng Shui is about activating your earth luck. So let's say if you activate your earth luck, right, you can actually increase up to 33.33% of your luck. Even though you might not be dealt the best deck of cards in terms of heaven luck, yeah, but still we can use Home Feng Shui to improve. Recently I have a certain client who is having a clash up in 2025. So it is quite possible that perhaps he might lose his job in 25 due to certain kind of ungratefulness. Now, one of the issues that he also faced is that he lives in a house that has quite poor career luck as well. Now, if we combine these two situations together, right, the house together with his Bazi chart, there's a very high chance that he could lose his job in 25 lah. Now, so what we did for him was that, right, we actually use another area of the house, right, to activate another source of energy. So let's say if the career and authority is being affected, career and authority is affected, which means that people don't listen to you. Yeah, what we actually do is that, right, in another sector of the house that represents energy, creativity, and output, right, we activated that. So we allowed that source of energy to come in, right, to assist the career instead. This is, of course, a solution that we use that is not the best, because, of course, if you want the best solution for this house, 100% cure, right? Quite simple lah. You have to move house. But taking all things into consideration, moving house costs money, and then now people's career is already being challenged. You still want people to spend money. That's hard. So we have to use intermediary measures to help him to solve first that matches with the personality of his Bazi chart. Okay, and this is exactly what Feng Shui is about and how we do Feng Shui in Hoseki. So we use a holistic approach. It's not that we go there, oh, your wealth sector is here, then we just do for you. Then, oh, that one is also your wealth sector. This one is another wealth sector. And then after I do finish all the wealth sector, this one is the dragon sector. And then after I go already. So this is not the case. We always have to match our solutions to the person's personality. Okay. Even houses kind of like has its personality as well, which later on I would share. Now, 2024 is a very, very interesting year. And because of this, the energy of this year, right, it could be very, very, very destructive. Now, the center of the house, now I'm jumping straight into the energy of 2024 already, if you guys are not catching up yet. So, right in the center, you guys can see a certain number 3, right? Yeah, how many of you guys know what number 3 stands for? Anybody knows what number 3 in Home Feng Shui stands for? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Like, what do you guys feel? Anybody? Like, okay, let me ask this question. So everybody don't know what number 3 stands for, right? Number 3 stands for conflict. Okay, number 3 actually stands for conflict. So within that of next year, right, we are going to see a lot of conflict. Okay, next year is actually a year of conflict. Now, what exactly is a year of conflict? A little bit about the year first. So if we feel that, if we see that next year is going to be a number 3 star, next year we're going to see a lot of people quarreling with each other. But now leading up to next year, right, we're already feeling a little bit of next year's energy already. We also see that countries are having conflicts with each other more and more. So not just countries, but when it trickles down, families will find it easy to have conflict. companies will find it easy to have conflict. So it is easy to have conflict in your workplace next year. And it is easy to have conflict within your family next year. So the top priority for next year, right? One of them is to reduce conflict. Okay, so that's exactly what we are trying to do lah. Okay, if you guys understand me up to this point, because this session today is a little bit complex compared to some of the sessions that I have. If you understand me up until this point, can you type number 1? So I know that you are still following, or otherwise, or you're like faint already. Okay, still following, right? Okay, then you see a lot of other numbers here, like 2, 7, 9, 5, and all this, right? Okay, not to worry, okay? They are not numbers for you to put 4 of them together so that you can buy your lottery. Okay, please do not do that. So the number 2 star, right, very quickly actually stands for sickness. Number 7 stands for robbery. And number 9 stands for fame. Then number 5 is a great misfortune star. Number 4 is a emotional and intelligence star. Number 8 is actually a wealth star. Number 6 is a career and wealth star as well. Okay, then number 1 is actually a career star for talent, success, recognition in the workplace. Okay, so just a little bit introduction about what every number means before we jump into next year. Yeah, but one of the things that you can see next year is that, right, okay, Southwest is actually in that of the happiness and fame star. Yeah, so anybody whose house is facing Southwest here, anybody is living in a house that is facing Southwest. Okay. Yeah, anybody in a house that is facing west? How do you know where your house face? Stand in front of your main door, open your compass app, read the compass. Stand in front of your main door, open your compass app, then you will know already. Okay. Yeah, so if you are facing west next year, right? Actually next year, for people whose houses are facing west, it is also what we call the misfortune star. So the misfortune star can affect health and also wealth endeavors. So if your house is facing west, you need to be very careful, okay? Because next year is not the best year for your health and also your wealth. The house will have a negative impact on you. Yeah, but however, for people whose house are facing southwest, then it is actually a very good year. So Justin will have a very good year. Chun-Li, if your house is facing south next year, right, it is easy for you to face a loss of income, or perhaps loss of some losses financially. Okay, because next year is the robbery year for you. Now for south east, then next year is actually a sickness year. So be careful and load up on your vitamins. Try to resist the sickness star. Now, one of the things that we always try to do is that, right, we want to ensure that we match the house also with our 八字 chart. If you are having a good 八字 year, right, due to your luck cycle, the house having a good luck cycle as well can double up on your luck. Now, say for example, if you have a good year in your 八字 chart in 2024, the number 9 star, right, can easily make you a lot more successful. For example, I have a client who is one of the top real estate agents, right, in ERA. So I just feng shui his house in Normanton Park. How many of you guys have a unit at Normanton Park? You just got your keys. Wow. So Normanton Park, right, is a great estate. There's a lot of good energy in that estate. Yeah, but if for him, he has a unit that's facing southwest. what it means is that, right, it doubles up with his good luck chart, because next year is also his networking year. So with that, right, it is easy for him to gain fame within his career. And we all know that real estate agents need fame, right? Yeah, so that's why they do a lot of things to attract attention. Okay, now then the other thing that is interesting is also, right, for Northwest, next year, right, is also a very good year, because if your house is facing Northwest, right, you have what we call the career and intelligence star in 2024. Okay, 2024. Yeah, house facing east is not bad also. Okay, house facing east. Okay, so from now onwards, right, all of you who have questions, please send them in the Q&A section, and I will answer them after the presentation. Okay. Now, so these two are actually not bad. Southwest and Northwest. Anyone whose house is facing Northwest? Anyone whose house is facing Northwest? Yeah, so if your house is facing Northwest, right, it will be particularly good if you are in a certain job such as product development or research. Okay, then next year it is quite easy for you to see very good progress. Now we will go through each one of them. So like we mentioned, right, everybody will have this star affecting them, because everyone, right, everyone, maybe they don't know how to check. Yeah, that's why if you don't know how to check, stand in front of your main door facing out. Then open your Compass app on your phone, screenshot that thing, then you can check already. Okay, yeah. Okay, so the energy for next year is actually number 3 conflict star, and number 3 conflict star, right, kind of like, is not so good lah, because it will make a person, right, competitive and legalistic. But one of the issues is that, right, if we compare it to the period 9 star, yeah, sometimes we can stack them up and read together. So if you have been our client and I've gone to your house to do home feng shui before, right, it is not so straightforward like, oh, next year here not good, I put this. Next year here not bad, I do that. Yeah, you would know that I will do something called layering. Okay, you'll know that I'll do something called layering. And what is layering means, right? Layering means that I will not just look at that year's energy, but I'll also look at the entire energy of period 9 as well as the natal charts energy. Yeah, but for different phasing, there will be different kinds of energy. That's why I'm not showing that here. But if we compare it to the period 9 energy, right, we will realize that that would make a little bit of sense, because number 3 is actually the wood element, and number 9 for period 9 is actually the fire element. Now we all know that wood generates fire, right? So that means that there's a certain harmony, despite of the fact that the conflict star is not good, but still they're kind of like in harmony with each other. And what it means is that, right, this conflict star also gives good intelligence as well as promotion and a very outgoing personality, which means that next year, if you don't network, usually you might network more, because next year is a year of networking and also promotion, intelligence, showing off more of your skills. But however, right, because of the nature of the number 3 star, right, it will also cause possible legal issues. People like to sue each other next year, so lawyers going to make a lot of money. Then a lot of gossiping, a lot of backstabs, a lot of like, I say you not good, you say he not good. So many of my clients are actually I think you can call them that, kind of like well-known people or celebrities. Sometimes it can be very complicated to do feng shui for them, because they will also ask me about another person. Yeah, and it gets very awkward when I don't say. Yeah, but of course I won't say lah. So that's why things always get a little bit awkward. Okay, because if somebody asks me something about you, I wouldn't say also. Yeah, so that's how we work. Yeah, but nevertheless, it will be even stronger next year because people like to argue. Yeah, we can already start feeling some of the energy by seeing a lot of countries in conflict already. Okay, so let's say if you're already having this problem at home, that means it will multiply in 2024. Okay. Now, the other combination of inauspicious number is actually in that of the houses that are facing west. Why is it so? Is because that if your house is facing west, naturally speaking, in period 9, regardless of all your, where your main door is being located, right, they're all not so good. So, period 9 chart don't exactly support that of west facing houses, and because of that, right, they will suffer 2024 from what we call the sickness star. So you have the sickness star combined with what we call the misfortune star. So what does it mean is that, right, not just obstacles and accidents, but also quite easy to suffer from misfortune and sickness. So if we read a person's Bazi chart and they have this problem, now that could be not so good because the stars are already not in your favor. But if the Bazi chart is also not in your favor, right, both will compound together. So which is why within Hoseki, we always talk about what we call the compounding effect. If your house is facing west, you need to check your Bazi chart, because if your Bazi chart is also not having a good year, these two are going to compound. Now, is it important for you to do a home feng shui? The answer is yes, because we also want to find out what is in front of your house. Yeah, there's one thing that I always tell clients is that forms activate stars. If there are forms that are not good and they are activating the bad stars, right, everything will flow and come together at you. Okay, the forms will activate the bad stars will activate the number 2 and number 5 of sickness and misfortune, and together with the Bazi chart that's already having problem, right, all three playing together can be a tough year for you in 2024. Okay, now let's say if your Bazi chart is good, what does it mean? It means that, right, it will cause you some misfortune during a good year. And we all know that that's not good as well, because during a good year, you need to really, really go for your career, right? So that might really just slow you down. In the Northwest, we actually see that of a interesting combination of the number 4 star with number 1. Now, what is number 1? Anybody know number 1 star is what element? If you know number 1 star is what element, right, I'll ask people to select you for the free reading later, the demo. Anybody know what element is the number 1 star? Yeah, Julius, that is correct. Yeah, I like your name, Julius. Yeah, possibly a name that I have strong affinity with. Correct. So number 1 star is actually water element. So combining the number 1 star together with the number 4 star, we have that of what we call the intelligence combination. So very easy for people with houses facing northwest, right, to have strong intellect in 2024, because we have the water and wood combination that gives boost in talent. So if you are a certain person that use your talent, for example, musician, you are a very good engineer, you are a good designer, right? 2024, right, can be a very, very strong breakthrough year for you. It also gives you academic luck. So for those of you guys who are still studying, or maybe not, but you're studying your masters or studying your PhD, perhaps some of you guys are having kids who are having important examinations next year. Yeah, then that would be a good thing if your house is facing northwest. Yeah, okay, that will help to give your kids an extra boost. That being said, of course, if they don't study at home and they always go out and study, then it doesn't help very much lah. But if they do study at home, that will be good. Okay, then it helps to give you promotion luck, popularity as well, and even romance luck. Okay, the number 1 star can be a powerful romance star as well. Okay. Now, the next one is what we call the 5 and 8 combination. Now, this is actually a very, very interesting combination that is a little bit weird, because one of the issues is that, right, although the number 8 star is a wealth star, but it kind of like combines with the number 5 star together, right? It's like a bit like cha-cha, you know, we are moving forward, but we're also moving backwards. So it's very weird because number 5 is misfortune, ma. Now, having this in this aspect, right, means that, right, this financial luck, can you actually get it, is a question mark. Okay, but regardless, they are both the earth element, so it does give a little bit of problems to digestion. Okay, so for people who have houses facing north next year, it's easy to have this digestion issues. Then let's say if you have a son, so health of children, especially boys, right, could be affected as well. So if you have a house that's facing north, or your son's room is located in the north sector of your house, and he already has a chronic problem, this can further add on to this chronic problem that he's facing. Okay, so if you have a son that is not so healthy, yeah, then be very, very careful. Okay. Now the next one is actually the ultimate legal star. Okay, so for those of you guys, right, who are already facing issues, yeah, so Justina was actually asking facing NE. Yeah, so if let's say if you have a lawsuit that's already ongoing, if you have a lawsuit that's already ongoing, right, then northeast is not exactly a very good facing, because it means that next year you might lose the lawsuit. Okay, because next year is a sword year. Okay, it's a sword year for you. So the 3 and 6, although 6 is also good for career and wealth, yeah, but when you combine with number 3, right, it can cause a lot of impulsiveness. So there can be a lot of fighting, accident, legal issue, can even mean loss of wealth as well. Yeah, let's say if you have an older son, right, in your house, right, if you have 2 sons, then one of them is the older one, it can actually affect them as well. Let's say this older son likes to not so obedient lah, then always create trouble. Next year, perhaps easy for him to have certain legal issues. I say, my son not doing business, how can we still have legal issues? It is very possible, because he can go to a club and then he can fight with someone, and then, or someone wants to fight with him, and then he don't want to fight with that person, but through the fight, inverted commas, fighting, he accidentally push him a bit. Yeah, then after that, the person get hurt. So this can also be a legal case as well. Nowadays, a lot of fighting. Yeah, I have clients who always call me and say, my son got into this, my daughter got into this, somebody scratched her in the club. Yeah, so I was like, okay, your daughter how old? 16 go club for what? Yeah, so that's also the question that I would like to ask as well. Yeah, so what is a good direction for a house and room for 2024? We have already shared already. Moon, yeah, so moon we have already shared already. It's actually southwest and northwest. Okay. Now, the next one is a very, very interesting star. Okay, the next one is an interesting star because the next one is for the houses facing east. I see some of you guys who send me the floor plan, right? Your house is facing east. This is not bad because the 7 and 1 has a certain combination. So although the number 7 is not a good star, but when you add them together, right, it actually means financial luck. If you are investing in real estate, right, and your house is actually facing east, next year it is quite easy for you to make money as well. Yeah, then but one of the issues is that, right, there can be a lot of negative people in your life next year and a lot of backstabbing as well lah. Now, the signal star doesn't sound good, right? Signal star doesn't sound good, but one of the issues is, let's say if you add them together with the number 8, that's actually not a very bad thing, you know, because if when you add these stars together, right, it is actually what we call a timely combination, and this timely combination, right, can give good results in terms of investments. Okay, so let's say if you are facing southeast next year, quite easy to see good real estate investment gains, quite easy to see other assets type of investment gains. But of course, you need to do your due diligence. This is of course not a blanket cover for every single type of investments. You could have financial luck as well, or what we call 偏财运. Then opportunities are also on the rise on the first half of the year. You can get great career advancements. Okay. Yeah. Anyone in southeast facing houses here? Let's say if your bedroom is in southeast, right, it could also be a good thing for you next year as well. Okay. Wow. So CCC, you are actually in southeast. So CCC will have a great year next year. Okay. Some of you guys are south, right? So Xue Ling actually say that mine is towards south. Okay, no problem. So towards south, actually this is a conflict year for you lah. So south houses will have what we call a conflict year. If you're already having conflict in your 八字 chart and you already have conflict in your workplace towards you currently, this will add on. In Chinese we call this 火上加油. So the metal number 7 will clash with the wood star number 4. So this kind of clash, right, causes fighting, accident, sickness, yeah, unhappiness within the workplace possible. Okay. Now for Southwest, it is very good because it is a timely star. Yeah, so the number 9 star combined with the number 6 star, both combining together, right, forms a extremely good formation. Okay, so it means increase in wealth, longevity. But because too much wealth sometimes also small problem lah. So some diseases related to lung or blood could affect you as well. Okay. If you have a child and you are facing southwest, it is not the best year for you, and it is possible for your child to be extremely rebellious. But of course, we also need to think about the context of it lah. It is not serious. One of my clients, the child said, "Hey, he very stressed when I told him about this." So he sent me a message, "My child, how?" But then, there's nothing wrong with his child. You know why? Because his child is a baby, newborn. How rebellious you want newborn to be? Cry a bit more. So maybe after you feed him milk already, he still cry, and then cannot burp, he also cry. Everything he also want to cry. That's all lah. So if your child is in that age whereby it's easy for him to be rebellious, right? Then yes, this can be quite problematic for you next year, especially if he also has this issue within his birth chart. Some of the areas that are not so auspicious is actually southeast, northwest, and south. So every year there will be a little bit of clashes. And why is there a clash? Is because that, right, we have what we call the Tai Sui next year. So certain things that clashes with the Tai Sui, right, will have a problem. So this is what we call the Sui Po. Okay, then the other one, which is the Tai Sui, of course we don't want to touch lah, is the southeast. So let's say if you are doing minor renovation at home, you should avoid these 3 areas. Okay, because if you touch these 3 areas, there could be some issues. Okay, there could be some issues. Yeah, so in terms of a general recommendation, right, if you do have a good element area, say for example, the element of number 1 star, okay, the element of number 1 star. Yeah, what we can do to further increase the power of the number 1 star is actually to activate the more water within the house, within that sector. So say for example, you have a number 1 within your study room. That's actually very good for 2024. So what you want to do is that you can add more water element, like using that of a fountain. But inversely, it is also true. Let's say you have a Tai Sui year, Tai Sui facing, right, or you have a Tai Sui sector. Yeah, why is the Tai Sui south? Southeast one. Yeah, so if let's say if you are have a study room that's facing the Tai Sui, right? Like for example, Southeast one, then it might not be the best place for you to work there. Okay, it might not be the best place. Of course, office we cannot choose, but at home, let's say if you have a study room in that sector, right? Next year you might not want to study there. Next year you might want to work somewhere else. That's what I mean. And of course, just now, if you have listened, right, the sunsha is actually that of the south direction. Avoid sitting down with your back to the sunsha. This is important, lah. Okay, then of course, avoid construction in these areas. When in doubt, right, you can always send us a message. We can help you to see exactly the issue with that, with the room or the house for 2024. Yeah, at certain places, we can also use the tree, the Guardian Pishu set, the 5 hulu, and also the 6 coins, particularly in the 3 inauspicious areas that we were talking about just now. Okay, these 3: southeast, northwest, and south. If you haven't taken down this information, you should do it right now. Okay, southeast, northwest, and south. Not so auspicious, not so auspicious for renovation and perhaps for working. Okay, but of course, if you're not working there, and you are just that area is just like your main door, open and close main door, no problem. Okay, open and close main door, no problem. Okay, let's continue. Do send in your questions in the Q&A. Okay. Now, without further ado, right, I'm going to jump to the floor plan reading because this will give you a better understanding, or it's more relatable. Makes it easier to understand. Okay. Please pardon my very bad handwriting. So if you cannot read what I'm writing, right, you type in the chat, then you let me know. Okay, now I stop share first. Okay, give me one moment. I'm trying to open up all the different floor plans. Okay, let me see whether I can use this app. Okay, never mind. I will just okay, let me see whether I can make this as painless as possible. Okay, everyone here can see my screen? Okay, good. Dominic says can. Okay, so the first one is actually for Nancy. Nancy, are you here in the chat? Nancy, if you are here, can you just let me know that you are here? Because I'm going to read for your house right now. Okay, Nancy is here. Okay, let me check. Okay, Nancy's house is actually facing east. So now we will do something more of a fundamental analysis. Okay, fundamental analysis.看一下我应该怎样。我的 pen。Okay. Wait. Let me see what I can do. Okay, so Nancy's house is actually facing west. Okay, facing west. Sorry, facing east. Yeah, sitting west. Okay, so from the main door here is actually facing east here. Okay. So in this house that's facing east, right? One of the issues that east facing houses will face, right, is having a not so good relationship luck. Okay, so it really depends on the stage of your relationship with your spouse. Because let's say if you are 45 and above, I wouldn't be very worried lah. Okay, so let's say if you are 35 and below and you're living in this house, right, it is quite easy for the wife, right, to become overpowering compared to the husband. Okay, and that can actually give the relationship a lot of issues because sometimes we expect a lot from another person, but actually another person would already have worked very hard already. So in this what we call a white tiger house, right, the extra pressure that is given to the husband, right, can deteriorate relationship luck. Now I have a certain celebrity, right, that I've done for. She's actually divorced, and one of the reasons why is because that she also chase the husband out of the house. Now, why is it so? Is because that the husband, right, is not as aggressive as her. So she's more career driven. So in a house like this, right, it is what we call a house that promotes the power of the wife in the sense that it also helps her career as well. So her career was really like flying like crazy. It's like upwards, and she's very capable. But the husband, on the other hand, right, thinks that he is very capable, actually he's not, and he's also not aggressive as well, and he's not a go-getter. So that's where the mindset will start to clash already. So if you already see cracks when you're reading the 八字 chart, if it is compounded with a house like this, right, that could be a problem. But if the 八字 chart is actually in harmony, this house might not cause that harm. Okay, so that's the bad thing about this house. But what's the good thing about this house is that, right, it has a lot of wealth sectors. Now, how many of you guys like wealth? Everybody, right? Okay, let me ask this question. How many of you guys don't like wealth? If you don't like wealth, like, I don't want to be rich, can you type number 1? If you like wealth, can you type number 2? Now, so what exactly is the wealth sector? The wealth sector is actually, right, the energy, right, that generates the element of this house. So what is the element of this house? Who knows the element of this house? Okay, if you know the element of this house, I'll do a live demo for you later. Okay, what is the element of this house? Okay, never mind, I'll just tell you the answer. The element of this house is metal element. Okay, so this is a metal house. And what generates matter? Earth generates matter, right? So if Earth generates matter, right, Earth is actually the wealth of this house. Now, so in answering the wealth sectors of this house, that means facing east, the wealth sector of this house is actually in northwest, south, and southeast. Okay, Nancy, so if you are here, northwest, south, and southeast. These three are the wealth sectors for you. But one of the things is that, right, wealth sector means what? Means I stand there or what? No. So the wealth sectors are an increased energy force, that you can use to utilize within the house. And when activated, right, it will actually make you more energetic and give you better decision making. Okay, so this is what we call the wealth sector of this house. And interestingly, why do I write this down and focus so much on the wealth sector for this house is because that this is a wealth house. It has 2.5 wealth sectors, two good ones, and half of another one that's half good. What's the usual ratio? 1.5 is the usual. So it has 1.0 more. So technically speaking, right, it is significantly more lucky by 1.0. Okay, so the score, if the max is 2.5, it scores the maximum of 2.5. Okay, usually the score is about 1.5. Some houses are in 2.0. Okay, for this is 2.5. Okay, everybody understand where I'm getting? So if you understand where I'm getting, then that's okay lah, huh? Okay, then one more short analysis for this house is that, right? If there's a husband living in this house, right? What happens is that this husband also will have certain issues, especially regarding his urinary tract. Okay, and another thing about this house is that, right, this house is also suffering slightly from what we call the salty pool. Okay, so a little bit easy to meet with female at work. Especially for the men. Okay, then for the ladies, right, who are living in this house, right, a little bit easy to have problems regarding your lower body, especially your legs. Okay, so that's another thing that straight away I can tell you lah for this house. Okay, Nancy, any more questions? If no, then I'll move on to the next floor plan. Okay. Okay, so I close the one for Nancy. Okay, no problem, Nancy. Okay, so I'm sharing another floor plan right now. So who can yeah, everyone can see my screen, right? So this is actually a floor plan from somebody who messaged me on WhatsApp. His name is called I Am Nobody. So sorry, can you let me know if you are here? If you are not here, I'll read for another person. OK, can. OK，没问题，现在帮你读。OK，好的。噔噔。OK, good. Let me. Okay, so I'm going to assume that your house, right, is facing east. Okay, one of the issues that I'm seeing here, right, it suffers from a very common problem that I've seen. So I want to ask Ken, right? Did you see Feng Shui before choosing this house? Okay. So this is a very classic example of why you need to see Feng Shui before you buy houses, okay? Because this sector is missing. So if this sector is missing, right, it will cause certain issues. Number one, if you already have problems with your head, right? Say for example, you always have headaches, this house easy to make it worse. Okay. Second thing is that, right, it can be difficult for you to exert authority within a workplace because this northwest is actually missing. So when it's missing, right, it is hard to gain recognition at work. Okay, let's say your 八字 chart is good, you still can tahan the energy of this house, right? That's okay. But if your 八字 chart is having a not so good year, combined with the energy of this house, right, it can affect your career and also how you are actually being perceived in the workplace. If you are a certain boss of a company, or if you are a manager, right, your authority could be in question, okay, and people can challenge you easily. So this is one of the issues that this house might face. Okay, the northwest that is being affected. But nevertheless, it is still a house, right, that is good for wealth because then this is also a wealth house. Let's say if you are married, right? But it looks like a house for single lah. So let's say if you have somebody else living in this house with you, yeah, then that could be a little bit of a problem because how do you send the house layout? Yong Chun, I already I have too many requests already, so you cannot send now already. Okay, so I'm going to just finish up all the requests that I have right now first. Okay, maybe you can send it to my number lah. Then after the thing, I'll help you see. Okay, but this will be off the Zoom session 84153359. Just send a WhatsApp to here, then I help you see lor. Okay. So one of the things that we also see is that, right, this is a house that help you to save money. Okay, so this is also a not bad house for wealth because it helps you to save money. Like I mentioned, right, this is a wealth house. How many wealth sectors does a west sitting house have? Just now I just told you the answer, right? Just now I already told you the answer already just now. How many can you guys remember? What's the answer? What's the answer? The answer is actually 2.5, right? So 2.5 wealth sectors, correct? Yeah, 2.5 wealth sectors. So if you guys remember, right, what's the common number? What's the common number? Do you guys remember? Common number is correct. So the common number is 1.5, but this house has 2.5, right? Yeah, so actually this is quite a good house for accumulating wealth. But the issue is this. Okay, this is the main issue with this house. Okay. Okay, any more questions about this house? If not, then I will move on to the next one. Let me see whether I can squeeze one more tip for you. Okay. This is actually a good area of your house. Keep this place as bright as possible, especially if you can have natural lighting from here entering into the house, right, and shining this area, right? That will be good. Why is it so? Is because that this area is very good for relationship. So since your authority is being affected, right, you want to have good relationship with people at work, so they will still listen to you. Okay, so can you register this? If this is kind of like registered, right? Hope that you will take my recommendations. If you have interest in doing a full audit for your house, right, let us know. Then we will be happy to help you as well. Okay. Okay, 这个是 okay. This is for Iris. Iris, are you here? Hmm. Paul, bed head, east or west better, right? that one depends on your house and the room layout. Yeah, Iris, are you here? If Iris is not here, then I will go on to another person. Yeah, sorry, guys. Floor plan analysis a bit leceh. Yeah, Iris, are you here? 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll move on to another one. Whose house is this? Okay. His house. Yeah, Mabel, correct. Okay, let me see. This is Yo. Yo, are you here? Okay, Yo is here. Good. Okay, let me see. Yo is facing where? Yo's house is facing north. Okay, so Yo is here. Okay, same. So Yo, did you buy Yo, did you buy this house directly, or you see a feng shui master first, then you buy this house? Okay, you also buy direct. So the same thing. Let's say if you are facing N here, right? If you are facing N here, your here also missing. You see? Yeah, your here also missing. So another thing is that, right, if your northwest is affected by water, right? This one cause you a little bit of problem with your kidney, okay, you. So this one, if you already have extra issues within your 八字 chart, then this will actually give you even more problem. But if you don't have a problem with your 八字 chart, with your kidney, right, this is still okay. Nevertheless, it will still affect your career luck, because this area here is missing. Yeah, so one of the issues that you face is that, right, this house are hard to exert authority in the workplace. Okay, hard to have authority within the workplace. That is one of the not so good things about this house. But one of the things about this house is that all other areas are somewhat quite complete. Okay, all other areas are somewhat quite complete. And you also have this sector that is quite good here in the southeast. Okay, so we all know that southeast next year is actually not very bad. Yeah, so next year, 2024, right? What you can do is that you can spend more time at the living room here. This will actually help you as well. Yeah, another thing that is interesting for this house, right, is that, right, it might not be the best house for period 9, because period 9 facing north, right, it favors this side entering into the house. Why is it so? Is because that, right, the entire left side for period 9, right, actually has not so good energy. So let's say if your door is entering here, that means that, right, your if let's say your door is entering this side, right, then all the important areas like your main door, your living room, and everything, right, will be on this side. Okay, that will be better. Because there are certain quirks when we design and build houses within Singapore, right? So that's why certain layouts are better. It's not because, this facing better, that facing better, this facing got better luck. No, it's because that our architects have a certain way of building. So in that sense, sometimes it is in sync with the good forms. In the sense, sometimes it's not in sync with the good form. Okay, but usually for north houses, right, if you want to be in sync to the period 9 luck, yeah, it has to be on the right side. Okay. Sorry, I tell you some not so good things about your house. You don't angry, okay? 899. I tell you one thing to help you out. This area of your house, right? If you can, you use a plant. This area, you also use a plant. So this is actually what we call the area that will generate extra energy inwards. Okay. The other thing is that you might want to let sunlight come into here. Because especially if next year is a good area, of course, your outside there cannot have negative form lah. Your outside there negative form, then you let the energy in, then you jialat already. But let's say if the outside there is fine and you let the energy in, yeah, then it can increase creativity and more output within your workplace. And then after that, this tool will also give you extra energy as well. That will help you out. Okay, so all in all, that will actually make your house a little bit better to reduce the impact of this. Okay, okay, let's go back to the slides. Okay, good. Everyone can see my screen. Yeah, sorry, just to confirm that I am back. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Catherine. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, now that we are back, right? I just want to focus on some of the things on why we do reading in a certain manner. So we all know that actually houses have certain energy, right? But actually our Bazi chart also has energy. Okay, so which means that this energy needs to kind of like exist with each other. So similarly, when houses can have clashes in certain years, our chart also can have clashes in certain years. Now, what are some of the clashes that we will have for next year is actually these four zodiacs. Okay, so how many of you guys have heard of the Tai Sui clash before? Yeah, so we all heard of the Tai Sui clash, right? If you know, right, actually these four zodiacs have clashes in 2024. Now, the dragon definitely has a very, very tough clash in 2024. So it's quite easy for them to be very aggressive and, can suffer from poor relationship luck from everywhere, workplace, or even also their family. Okay, then dogs, right, have a year that's being clashed, so quite easy for them to fall sick. Now, oxes have what we call a year of breakage or destruction. So quite easy for them to have self destruct or self-doubt. Yeah, then rabbits will also suffer from what we call, harm. Yeah, anybody heard of this thing called harm before? Now, the most direct clash is actually for the dog. Okay, so for the dog, right, this kind of clashes can severely affect the health. Now, why is this important is that if you have a certain house that has this issue, and then you are in that of the zodiac of the dog, right, it can cause you career problems in 2024. For example, your house missing northwest already. Okay, so that affects your career luck, right? So your career luck got problem. Suddenly, at the end of this year, you realize that you change your new boss. Okay, and your boss is actually somebody that's of a different background as you. So say maybe your boss is a foreigner. Yeah, then next year you will have the dog and dragon clash as well. So if that dog and dragon clash kind of like is your also your career stars, next year your career star clash together with this house, right? what you will actually face is very high chance loss of career. Okay, so this is one thing that we see. The other thing is that it doesn't mean that if your zodiac is not in the dog, right, then you are safe, because we all have 4 different zodiacs within our Bazi chart. And sometimes, you know, even if the first one don't clash, the second one also might clash. And if you're also born in a month of dog, right, that can also give you a problem. Yeah. So one of the things is you know, what is the month? The month of dog, right, is somewhere in October. Okay, so let's say if you're born in October, then if you're born in October, right, then you next year, right, quite easy to actually have conflict with your boss as well. Okay, especially if your house is being challenged. Yeah, so Nikki asked a very interesting question. I got double clash from my own Bazi chart plus 2024 pillar. Should I lay flat for 2024? We never once ask customers to lay flat because it almost never works. Because if you don't look for trouble, the trouble come and look for you anyway. So what is the important thing is to take active steps. Do you want to improve your looks? Do you want to actually improve your home feng shui? These are already 2 things that you can do to change your luck already, and this is one of the purpose of today's sharing. Now we're going to do a little bit of live sharing for people's chart as well. So I'm going to trouble people, right, to pick for me. So if you guys want to be selected for this, please share your gender and also your birth date. Yeah. So share your gender and your birth date, right? Then we can actually help you. Okay, let's see who Bibo has chosen. Yeah, Hui Mei, odds not so good this year. I'm going to use 2 methods to read. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to read for, right, is for Nikki. Wow. Too much action already. My computer hang. One moment, guys. Okay, good. Okay, second one is Sophia. Kok Liang is not full, Kok Liang, if you are here. Okay, let's go. Wow, why you give me so many? Okay, can. So the first one is for Nikki. Nikki, are you here? Okay, can. Okay, Kok Liang, feel free to drop by. See you tomorrow. Okay, so Nikki. Wow, okay, here we see a person who is very generous. One. Yeah, so although Nikki doesn't look super friendly on the outside, but actually Nikki is a very generous person who's very kind. Now, Nikki, one of the problems that you face, right, is that it might not be the best idea for you to lend people money, okay? Because you have very poor judgment when it comes to that. And if you are here, right, I would tell you that, right, lending people money is a very bad thing for you. Some people, yes, some people, no, but you generally, might trust the wrong person. Then in the end, you might not be able to get your money back. So this is something that I'm seeing within your numerology chart. If this is something that's interesting or resonate with you, please take note of this, okay? Any comments, Nikki? Uh, Chen Xu, yeah, correct. Yeah, okay. So actually, you do have clashes within your chart, and next year is not exactly the best year for you. But this clash is what we call a health clash. Generally, in terms of your health, it might not be the best idea. One of the things that you want to do is you might want to take care of your stomach. Second thing is that can you start this online business next year, right? That will require a full reading to confirm. Yeah, because right now I don't have your hour, and usually for live demos, I don't read with the hour one. Okay, so the accuracy is only about 70%. Yeah, but one of the things that I'm seeing is that there's a formation of benefactor luck within your chart. So which means that it is quite easy for you, right, to find benefactors. And these benefactors, right, if you come for the full reading, we will tell you where they are from. Because if let's say you have this benefactor luck, it could be very easy for you, right, to get help from this person for your this business. So if this business also, this person also involved, right, that could be some help for you lah. Okay, and also the clash affects also your relationship with another person also. In the full reading, we will tell you this clash affect your relationship with who, and who is actually the benefactor that could help you if you were to start this online business. This one is quite apparent within your Bazi chart. Okay. The other thing that I want to say is that, right, you also have one wealth star that's in your chart as well. So if you say like you want to start a new business, right, it is actually possible, but you need to actually understand that your wealth star is something that is flickering. What it means is that, right, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not there, because certain things about your personality, right, actually cuts your wealth star away sometimes. Okay, so during the detailed reading, we will tell you what is that thing that cuts your wealth star, why is it happening, and when it will happen the strongest. Okay, so that's it for Nikki. Any questions, please feel free to contact me at 8415-3359. I might not be able to read for everybody. So if you really have some things that you will want to check out, right? Do let us know by sending us a message. Okay, at 8415-3359. Okay, now the next person I'm going to read for is Sophia. Thank you very much, Nikki. Thank you for your very kind comment. So Sophia, are you here? Okay, so the other thing is that, right, if you do come for my classes, right, it is possible for you to be accurate like my reading as well. So yes, it's good when people say that you're accurate, but do not take pride in that entirely. The problem is because that we take pride in helping clients to solve problems, and we take pride in having happy clients. So that is the thing that we always promote at Hoseki. That's why whenever apprentices, they read and then they get accurate. So I tell them that that's nothing for you to be happy about. If you're happy, something is wrong with your brain. You shouldn't be my apprentice. You should have a little bit more pride in helping clients. Okay. Yeah. So let's read for Sophia. Okay, Sophia, are you actually doing a certain job in sales? You have a star that likes to talk. Okay, yeah, yes, not sales, yeah, you have a star that likes to talk. Okay, one of the reasons why I ask you that is because that you have a star that likes to talk. But however, right, the problem with this star is that if you're not doing a sales job, then you cannot talk. Then when you cannot talk, right, then you hold in all the energy inside, This wanting to talk type of energy, when it is not expressed out, it explodes on the inside, and then it will become what we call argument star. Okay, so you see something you don't like, you want to comment. You see something that is not true, you want to say. Yeah, but this one sometimes will attract problem for you. Okay, when it attracts problem for you, it could affect your career luck. So this is something that Sophia needs to take note of. Okay, I would be very concerned if your house is also having a clash, because then altogether that will be a compounding issue. Okay. Yeah, so let's say if the house also have this problem affecting your career, right? Then compounded with this 292 star, or if you argue at work, that one can give you some problems leh. Yeah, so just take note of this lah. Okay. The other thing that I'm seeing here is also okay, it's not very bad lah. Let me see. Is it bad? Yeah. Okay, so next year you got finance clash. Actually, you have finance clash since 43. So it can affect two things. The first thing it affect is your health. The second thing it affect is your wealth. Okay, so this is actually what we call an ox and goat clash. Because since the age of 43, right, you have what we call the goat luck cycle. Then this goat luck cycle come in, clash with your ox zodiac that is directly within your Bazi chart. What it means is that, right, within your career, easy to face obstacle. Then also another thing is that sometimes people might say certain nasty things about you, so which is not true lah, of course. Then you get very upset, and because of that, right, it is quite easy for you to change job. Then next year, this energy could become stronger as well, because next year there's also this energy, right, that make you self-harm. So you think of it a bit like self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't talk to you because I feel you don't like me. But then if you keep on thinking like that, so you will not talk to him. But then if you don't talk to him, you make things worse. Anybody get the drift of what I'm trying to say? So it's a little bit like a self-fulfilling prophecy like that. You are making things come true on your own due to the certain clashes within your chart. It's a little bit chim, but do you understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Okay, so that is one of the things that you could face. Now, if you do come for a detailed reading, right, what I want to do is that I want to prep you for this ultimate clash that you could have in 2025, because 2024 is going to be a year that's leading up to this 25, and 25 is actually a very bad year for you. Okay, so in this 25, right, it is quite easy for you to face very serious issues, especially at work. Yeah, so if you do come for a detailed reading, we will see how we can try and reduce this impact as much as we can, as well as also, if possible, take a look at your house. Okay, so thank you very much, Sophia, for your participation. You have good stars in your chart. You are a very good planner. So hopefully, we will be able to help you out, and you can still find a certain career, right, that can allow you to shine in this planning aspect. Okay, the next one is actually CCC. CCC, are you here? No problem, Sophia. Okay, CCC, you have a star in your chart, right? That makes you easy to have job instability. It is what we call the restart star of 617. Okay, so this 617 sometimes, right, will give us the courage to start new things. But on the flip side of it, what it also does is that, right, it can, throw us into disharmony by, sometimes wanting to change jobs. One of the things that you also face is that, right, you're a very sentimental person. So that can actually cloud your judgment in terms of work and also your personal life as well. Okay, so these two things are directly something that I can see already within your numerology chart. Now let's see. Okay, this year not a very good year for you, especially for spouse and your finances. So for this CCC, this year not particularly kind to you. Yeah, I see certain clashes that could have losses financially, and at the same time, a little bit of argument with the spouse is possible. Uh, Next year, there's a little bit of problem lah. So next year, let's say if you have a certain career, right, and you're still working, it is quite possible for you to have cracks within the relationship with your superiors. Okay, so that is the kind of energy for next year. So this kind of energy is what we call breakage, or some people term it as destruction. Actually, in Chinese, we just call it po. Po, don't type two, two become 梁婆婆 already, po. So, po, what does po means? Po actually means that you are a little bit negative about something, and you try and do certain things, right, to make that thing worse, because when you do that, it kind of like makes you feel happy. Think of it like, okay, drinking is bad, but however, I'm unhappy right now. Then if I don't drink, I'm unhappy anyway. So you end up drinking a lot. So this is actually what we call destruction star. Okay. So anybody clear on the destruction star? Sometimes this one very hard to explain. I can talk for a whole day. People don't know what you're talking about. That's the thing about 八字. It takes a bit of a philosophical brain for you to understand certain concepts. Not so easy like numerology, right? This one cannot lend money, this one cannot gamble. Some more direct. Yeah, actually numerology also very cheap one. It's just that I choose to, you know, use a elementary way to teach, so it's easier. Okay, no, it's not self-harm, it's a bit different. Okay, this is a bit different from self-harm. Okay, so this is for CCC. Next year can be a very challenging year for career, because if there are already cracks within the relationship with your superiors, right? Next year it is possible for it to be not so good as well. However, right, there's also good advancement. Your normal working, right, is fine, and people respect you for your work. One of the things that you could have is that there's also a strong interest in metaphysics next year as well, because after going through certain issues with your life, right, next year you become super interested also in these topics. Now, when you have this star called the graveyard star within your chart, it is possible for you to super like this kind of topics. And if you do feel that there's a need for you to learn more, right, do come for our courses as well. We'll be happy to welcome you. We'll be happy to see you. Okay, CCC. Okay, so the next one is Bibang. Bibang. Okay, I'm going to make this the last one because it's a bit late already. Then later I still need to do Q&A. So Bibang, are you here? Okay, Bibang here. Bibang female. Okay, Bibang, are you doing business? Or have you not started your business yet? Because Bibang got clash. What does clash means? Bibang actually is like to plan. She likes to think and plan things. But the problem is that she's also not satisfied enough to want to stay an employee forever. So that's the conflict that she has. Because you know, you plan already, then you also want to you know, you also have a star that makes you want to go out. So you have a star that pulls you back, because planning sometimes means overthinking. So you think a lot and then it pulls you back. But then after that, you also want to do something on your own, called the entrepreneurship star. So you want to go out, you also want to stay. You want to go out, you also want to stay. So that's the struggle that Bibang will always have, okay, for your entire life, because you are like that. Basically, you need to push yourself a little bit further lah, to go out of your comfort zone. Then you'll become a bit luckier. Bibang got clash next year. So it's quite obvious, because Bibang also has a dog within the chart and another dragon within the chart as well. And in this current luck cycle, right, is something there's something happening to Bibang called harm as well. So it's quite easy for Bibang to face certain type of ungratefulness. And next year, due to the extra clashes, it is easy for Bibang to also face this ungratefulness, not just at home, but also at work. Yeah, so can be a little bit tough for you, Bibang. Got one harm, and then after that got two clashes. So be very careful, okay? Regardless, you know, you doing your business, right, is actually still okay. There is actually good wealth stars for you. Okay, good wealth stars for you. Okay, come for our detailed reading. We will explain a bit more, because you know, when we want to activate the wealth pillar. So the wealth pillar is also located in your hour pillar. So now I'm doing the reading without your hour, because all live reading demos, I will not use the hour one. Okay, so the readings will only be about 70% accurate. If we see the hour, we can somehow determine what we want to do better for you. Okay, so that's all for Bibang. Okay, so if you want to know a little bit more about your parcel chart, right, send in your request to 84153359. We'll be happy to help you with it. Now, why is it very important for us to look at the home feng shui for our house? Because whenever we think about what feng shui item can actually make us better. Yesterday, I was actually at SMU. Then, all second gen business owners, and then we had a person, right, that has career obstacles. And I saw that she has a scar on her forehead. So that's why then I asked her that, you have this problem, you have obstacles in your career. Then she said that she's not respected in her family business. A lot of men in the family business, right, they always talk down to her. And then she was very upset. So sometimes she will quarrel with them, and then they will have clashes. Now, one of the issues that she faced, right, is this scar on the forehead. What's it got to do with home feng shui? I tell you later. Then she was quite upset when I told her to do something to the scar, because she tried a lot of things already, but it didn't work. So she just asked me like, just sell me a feng shui item that you think can help me lah. How much you want? I mean, you sell me lah. I can take it one. It's okay one. I got money. Cause second gen quite rich. So she was actually sharing that, you know what, why not you just tell me how much it costs? Yeah, so is it 10K? Is it 20K? Yeah, so my problem is that, right, the best item that I can sell you to actually improve your luck, right, is not exactly an item, but it's your house. Your house, right, is the best feng shui item. Yeah, it's not that I don't want your money, okay? I mean, if I just go downstairs and sell you a rock lah. I think that will help me lah a lot faster. But the thing is that if I truly want to help you because I care for you, right, then I will tell you to go for the home feng shui instead. So that is the thing that I told her as well. Because in feng shui, right, we can activate the authority sector. And just now, actually, all along, we have actually shared 2 houses that have authority sectors being damaged. Yeah. I wouldn't call it damage. Damage is another word. Totally missing. Okay, missing NW authority. Yeah. So in that case, let's say if you have a house that's like that and you're facing issues with your career, what should you do? You should activate other areas of your house to try and improve that of your current house. So that exactly is the thing that you should be doing to help your situation. Okay, so if let's say if you are having this issue, right, feel free to look for us for home feng shui. It's very important for us to improve our career using the home feng shui, because this is the best thing that you can ever do to yourself. If you're interested into understanding next year's 2024's luck cycle, right, why not also do a full assessment? If you have never done one before, you should. Now, the home feng shui, right, consists of 2 detailed 八字 reading. It consists of 1 home visit. Yeah, and it also consists of 1 feng shui tree. So for those of you guys, right, who already had me visiting your house, you will know that actually I'm quite bad at upselling. So I usually just go and visit, and then after I visit, I do finish my feng shui, then I zao already. So that is also the culture for Hoseki as well. We focus a lot on the delivery of the service rather than going there and tell you that this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. I'm very solution focused. Whenever I go there, I just tell you that do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Okay. Yeah. So that is our home feng shui package lah. So like I mentioned, right, 1 home visit together with 2 detailed 八字. Okay, and then together with your 1 feng shui tree. It's a very complete package, right, for apartments only. So landed property will need to pay a premium, that's for sure, because there's a lot more things that I can do. Otherwise, unless you want me to read your landed like an apartment, I can lah. But I think that's not very kind and not nice as well. Okay, so the entire bundle price is 1388. Today, right, we have a code called Seminar 20 that you can use. We already on the code already, so you can use it until this tonight, 2359. Okay, so let's say if you sign up for this 1388, right, you still can use the 20% extra discount. Let me calculate and tell you exactly how much it is. So 1388 to another 20% discount is actually 1110.40. Okay, so I think the price is pretty reasonable. Reason being that, right, this is a full bundle price. Okay, it includes also 八字 reading for 2 packs as well. Okay, so if you have any questions about our home feng shui, right, feel free to send it in the Q&A as well. We will answer them after we finish sharing. Yeah. Now let's say, you know what, I don't want to do a reading for my house. I just want to do a reading for myself. is it still useful? The answer is yes, because there might be certain areas in your life that you might find yourself at crossroads. Yeah, especially this answer of should I, join this company, or should I do this, or should I do that? Yeah, usually the kind of questions that I faced recently is what should I do to my failing marriage? Is it okay for me to leave? Is it not okay for me to leave? The second thing could be that, should I go for this job that I like very much? Yesterday, my client just asked me, should I go for this job that I like very much because it is for passion? Okay, it is for passion. I like this. I have passion for this. Should I follow my passion, or should I continue working as an agent for money? Okay, question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, but if this is the type of questions that you have in your head, right, come for the detailed reading. Why? Because today, the detailed reading also has a very interesting promotion. Yeah, the bundle of one detailed reading plus one bracelet, right? The total price is 538. Now, this 538 after the seminar 20 code is actually 430.40 only after use of seminar 20. So let's say if you are looking for answers like that, come for our detailed reading. What does it consist of? It consists of numerology reading, it consists of 八字 reading, it consists of face reading. And what is it that we cover during the reading? We cover strengths and weaknesses, we cover your wealth, we cover your career, we cover your spouse or romance, we cover your children luck, we cover your health, we cover your critical years. So we cover a whole spectrum of things. Okay, so the bracelet will also be kind of like customized to the elements that you need as well. And if you do have a house, bring your floor plan. We will do a basic one for you. Okay, basic one. All will be done during this reading. Now, some people say that, okay, it's not just about me. I also want to do for my husband, but both of us want to do together, even better. So if both of you guys want to do together, right, we have a bundle promotion for 2 packs. Okay, this is actually 2 times reading, times 2 detailed reading, and times 2 bracelet. The price is actually very, very affordable at 788. The reason why is because that, right, if you take this number, and divide by 2, it's actually very low. So let's say if I go for 20% discount of the seminar 20, the price is actually 0.40 only. Yeah, so compared to the bundle, right, if you divide by 2, actually per pax is only 315.20. Now, let's say if you are not a couple, can or not? Can also. If you have 2 brothers, you have 2 sisters, you have one mom and one daughter, one mom and one son, or you want to read for both your sons, 2 sons, also can. Okay. Yeah. So, or you can also use this promotion to your benefit. Yeah, so let's say if you want to do a reading together with your son, also can. We have a lot of mothers doing readings with son one. I also don't know why. Now, this is your last chance to join our courses for this year. Our numerology course will start. Will be tomorrow, and then the next one, the 八字 one, will be on the 28th. So this is your last chance to get this. 21 October and 28 October. Okay, so the time for our course, right, bundle is actually 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So let's say if you want to join us for the course, right? This is your last chance to do so for this year. We have a lot of things planned for Chinese New Year, so which is why it is not possible. It is not possible for us to have more courses already. Yeah, so I am already I cannot already. I got no more time. Okay, I got no more time. So if this is what you're looking for, right? You know what? I want to read for myself. I want to learn how to read. Yeah, no problem. Come for our courses. Why is it good for coming to the courses? Is because that, right? The courses, right? You will see that the price if you come for both, right? the numerology and also the 八字, the price is only 588. Yeah. Then after you pay this 588, you will also get all your credits back. You can use the credits, right, to either invite a friend to come as well, or you can use the credits to buy any items from within our website. Yeah, so you get the credits to also spend on the website, but then you also can attend this course. That's why it is very, very value for money. And after you learn already, you not just can read for yourself, you also can save money in the future. If you don't want to read if you don't want to look for people to read for you, right? After you attended the course, you also can read for your own family members. So our reading rate for apprentice Li Ming to read for you, right, is actually 328. Yeah, so let's say if you have 10 family members that you read for, so generally, it's a few $1,000s a year that you are saving. But at the same time, if you only want to save your own money, right, cause you know what, maybe you read for yourself, but you don't want to read for people, no problem. So at least you will minimum save 300 plus a year. Yeah, so in a couple of years, you will save also a few $1,000s as well. Okay, so let's say if you're interested in joining us for the courses, please feel free to sign up immediately after this seminar, because there is no more time already. Tomorrow is already the course already, okay? So you sign up, then immediately I will let you come for the course tomorrow. Then let you join the Telegram group chat. We still need to tell you where the address is. Bibo, if it's possible, can you type in the address here for everybody first, in case got people want to join? Yeah, so price 588, like I mentioned lah. Okay, so you will also get a Telegram support group. You can ask questions there. We will reply the questions for you timely. There will be a lot of printed materials. We'll give you a lot of cheat sheets. So it will be in a workshop format. Don't worry about being too stressful until you unable to learn. And don't worry for if you are non-Chinese, because we do have non-Chinese within our class as well. And don't worry if your Chinese is horrible, because the course is conducted in English and we are making it as simple as we can. It is not very boring because you will be asked to practice within the class. So a lot of people are actually they learn halfway, they're already plotting for all their family members already, and then they're plotting for their boss also. They want to find out like, hey, how come my boss is so micromanaging? How come my boss is like that? It's very interesting, because usually I thought people will not plot for their boss, but one of the first few people they plot for is their boss. Yeah, Sophia, how to sign up for the course? You buy the bundle first. You have to buy the bundle. Mabel, the course is not at Bedok. Mabel, the course is actually in Cuppage. Don't come Bedok, okay? I remember you sign up, right, Mabel? Yeah, you don't come to Bedok, I'll faint if you come to Bedok. Yeah, so if you come to Bedok, then there will be nobody there. We are all at Orchard tomorrow. Yeah, so don't scare me, okay? Mabel, you sign up for the course already, right? Then you are coming, right? If you are coming, you remember to come Orchard. You don't go Bedok, I'll faint. Okay, Bibo, can you give Sophia the link? Thanks. Yeah, actually, I give you myself. Okay, here. Yeah, Sophia, can you sign up this link? Yeah, so Sophia, you click inside the link, right? And then you sign up. Yeah, so what Bibo has actually done is actually the workshop bundle, right, is for both numerology and 八字. And then the 八字one is only for 八字 only. And then the numerology one is only for numerology only. You can sign up the individual one, or you can sign up the bundle, no problem, okay? You can choose which one you want to sign up for. You can sign up the bundle. You can also sign up the numerology one. Okay, so yeah, no problem, Mabel. Yeah, so Yeah, if you want, Mabel, you can sign up the numerology one tomorrow because the numerology one is happening tomorrow. Yeah, so the 28th one then is the 八字 one. Okay, numerology one is tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Okay, but we still have seats for tomorrow's class. And if you come, you sign up, right? You can still attend. I'll just give you a file. There'll still be course materials. We can still learn together. Yeah, face reading one is 28 also. Face reading is also 28. 八字 also 28. Okay, 八字 and face reading both also on 28. Yeah, so use the period 9 luck in order to boost your home feng shui. This is very important. So if you have never seen home feng shui before, right, or you have not attuned your home feng shui to period 9 luck, please do your home feng shui to attune it to period 9 luck because it will help you tremendously. If you need help to align it to your 八字 reading, right, use a home feng shui reading as well. Of course, selecting the right house is very important for you. So let's say if you are in the house selection stage, right, don't wait until you select already, then you go for your home feng shui. That is the wrong thing that you are doing. You should go for your home feng shui first. Then after that, I will help you to select the house. Then we will select the right house. Then we go and do home feng shui after selecting the right house. Okay, you hear me? I haven't buy my house. Mabel, I think my house no hope. There's always something that you can do to make it a lot better. Yeah, because a lot of times we go to clients with a very, very no hope house. We also can do something for them one. So I've ever been to this house before, right? Then the owner found actually another previous feng shui master to come to his house, right? The feng shui master cannot take the reading. Okay, cannot take the reading until he need to go to level 1. And then go to level 1 still cannot read, right? He have to call his Hong Kong master to teach him how to read for that house. Okay, so even this kind of houses, we have helped clients to solve before. Okay, it is not the end of the world. Okay, sometimes it's just because that the person cannot read very well. One of the main things is because that, right, we need to be logical. We cannot everything go by the textbook one. That's why if Singaporean go to Indonesia also got problem. You know why? Because the road sometimes got no lines, don't know how to drive. Yeah, so we need to be a bit flexible when we do home feng shui. We cannot go everything by the textbook. Okay, yeah, so that's all that I want to share for you guys. Then now we will go straight into Q&A. Okay, my main door face northwest, but because the main door face west, what is the implication? It is just that next year is not a very good house. But if your main door faces northwest, right, it is still okay. Because next year is actually very good for you. But one of the things that you could face is that, right, is your main door in the northwest sector actually also consists of your storeroom? Or does it also consist of your kitchen? That's the question mark that I need to know. Yeah, if the answer is yes, then of course we need to do certain things about it. Okay, so it's not the end of the world. There's nothing bad about it. In fact, it's good that your main door is facing northwest. Okay, Mabel, hope that answers your question. Yeah, what is the remedy for southeast facing? So CCC, there might not be a remedy that's needed because a southeast facing house is also a house that has strong wealth luck. Okay, so we first need to see, right, the general chart of the house, right, whether or not this house, right, gives you good wealth luck or not first, and whether or not your 八字 chart can hold this wealth luck also is necessary. After we confirm these two things already, right, then we see what are the critical issues that your house face. If these critical issues that your house face, right, combined together with the southeast problem, right, then it's an issue. Actually, southeast is quite good for next year. It doesn't have a very big problem. Yeah, so there might not be a strong need for you to do a remedy in that sense. Yeah, one of the things that you might have misunderstood is that southeast is actually the Tai Sui. It just means that you cannot exactly, renovate that place. And if you want, you have to choose good dates to do so. That's all. Okay. Why is it that a facing of a house uses main door, some front facing of the building? Anonymous attendee, this is very interesting. You need to consider both. Okay, you need to consider both. But where did you enter your house? Any Spider-Mans here? I just want to confirm lah. Anybody from Marvel? Anybody from DC Comics? Like anyone who can fly? Nobody, right? So if nobody here can fly, right? Pilot not included lah. Okay, if nobody here can fly like physically, not with a plane, like if you own self can fly one, that means I'm going to assume that nobody can fly in your house through the window. Now, if we are the agent of qi and qi exists within us, we will bring qi into a house. A house is actually a house without qi, without us. A house that has no human beings has no qi. Human beings bring the qi into a house. Assuming that we are the agent that brings qi into the house, can you bring qi into the house through the window? Not easy, There's sunlight, yes. Some people argue got sunlight, got wind, yes. But it's not as strong as us. Where do you enter your house? Your main door, right? Okay, so hope that answers your question, okay? Actually, I'm interested in attending the 八字 and numerology class, but I can't make it for this session. Will there be more classes upcoming? Anonymous attendee. I hope there will be, but from the looks of it right now, right, I'm very packed because there's a lot of corporate talks that I need to give. Unless I cancel the talks, then I can go for the class. But it don't make sense because teaching the classes, right, don't make me money. Teaching the classes is just something that I like to do. Yeah, so if I forgo the corporate talks and then after that I teach class, right, I think my partners will be very unhappy at me. In addition for face reading too. Okay, Zoom user, I have no idea what you're asking. In addition for face reading too, is means what? Okay, how do I know where my master bedroom is facing? Oh, thank you very much, Sophia. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Since you have registered, right? Bibo, can you get Sophia's phone number and then can you add her into the Telegram group chat? Plus, can you tell Sophia exactly the venue for tomorrow and which classroom in case she cannot find? Sophia, you don't go to Bedok, okay? If you go Bedok, I'm going to faint. Yeah, because I tell people through WhatsApp and then I tell people through Telegram and then I tell her, tell now, tell everywhere, right? There will still be people going to Bedok and then I get very stressed when they send me a message of my locked door. Very stressful, Okay, anonymous attendee, I'm going to tell you a certain concept right now. That concept is called direction versus location. Anonymous attendee, I'm attending to your question. So I want to ask you, do you know the difference between direction and location? Anonymous attendee, are you here? Okay, never mind. Anyone here don't know the difference? Can you type number 1? Okay, I explain. The direction is the place that you are facing. This is called direction. Okay, it's called direction. The location is exactly where it is within your house. Okay, so say for example, if this house is facing south, okay? Let's say this is the main door lah. Pretend lah, you can pretend or not? Can Can pretend, right? Okay, so let's say you pretend this is the main door. Okay, then once you come into the main door, right? Then maybe this is the front of your house. Then this is the middle of your house. Then this is the living room lah. Now, when I say your living room is in the northwest, this is what we call location. Okay? Then when I say Your main door is facing south. This is what I say, direction. Okay, Esther, is that clear enough? Can or is it still like okay, can okay, so this is the difference between the two lah, okay? Okay, so Go Gam Sing. Yeah, is it okay for you to send to my number 84153359? Thank you. Am curious. My family has a Guan Yin statue, not praying, facing the main door. Hear different opinions whether good or not. Is it good to place there generally? If a person is sitting by the way the if a person is sitting BTW between 是 between 吗 the Guan Yin statue WL and the main door usually, is it not good for the person? Okay, WL is here. Okay, WL first thing if your family has a Guan Yin and it is facing the main door, right, it is considered good. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do now after I tell you is good, right? You should say, "Wow, heng ah." Yeah, so that's the thing that you should be doing right now. Okay, so everybody, if you want to do exercise a little bit and feel happy a bit, right, you also can join in. Heng ah. Okay, so WL, it is definitely okay for it to be facing there. But what is not okay is for the person to be near there. Then confirm not okay. Okay, so let me think. Let me think how to explain. Okay lah. Okay we pretend again pretend again. Okay, let's pretend there's this guy called Ah Heng. Oh, Ah Heng very heng one so buy a house that's facing south. Okay, yeah, then this is his main door lah. Main door, then Ah Heng facing south sorry. Okay, facing east also, never mind. Okay, it's okay so let's say this is your main door of your house then after that there's a wall here there's a wall here, and then after that you put the Guan Yin here lah then the Guan Yin faces the outside of the house and it faces the main door also. Yeah, this one is okay. This is actually considered good yeah, but what is not good is like that. I show you some people, what they will do is that, right, this is the main door here but then they will build their Guan Yin all the way at the back, and then they will put the Guan Yin here, and then the Guan Yin is still facing the main door, but 很远yeah, then right in the center here wow, maybe you have a work from home desk here. So what happens is that, right, this energy of the Guan Yin, right, will clash with you before leaving the house. And this kind is called, a certain kind of affected by yin fire energy. And this yin fire energy actually causes this person not to be able to focus. So imagine that, right, you are in this kind of situation. Then you live in a house that's like that. Yeah, so what will happen is that, right, it can be very difficult for this person to work from home, because cannot focus. And then when you cannot focus, right, if you do important thing like trading or you do important things like, crafting proposal even if you want to do a quotation you also say, yeah, imagine that you know what's the worst thing that you can be doing you come for my course. And then after you come to my course, and then I give you a lot of notes, cause I want you to study. Then after I pass you all the notes, then you revise the notes in that seated location there. And then you realize that nothing goes into your head. The yin fire energy is something that can distract people, right? And can cause people to screw up when especially if you are studying. Okay, so do not do that. If you want to if you want to have altars within the house, right? That's fine. That's cool. Okay, I will still love you. But the problem is that, right, put it in a place where the yin fire energy can exit the house easily. If you don't know where to put it, right, then find a feng shui consultant. Because if you put it in an area of what we call retracting energy or death, right, then the yin fire energy will still be wandering around your house. No point. Yeah, so that's why some people they put they put the thing on the well sector so the energy will flow. Okay, so I hope that helps you to gain a strong understanding. Okay, so hope that helps. Any more questions regarding Home Feng Shui? If not, then I just want to remind you guys that today's offer is until 2359. You can use it to buy items, you can use it to buy services, you can use it to buy anything. The promo code is called Seminar20. Heng, the person sitting near it, not in a very good position for the past few years. Yeah, and I'm wondering, it is because of this. Yes, it could be because of this, because yin fire energy is very damaging. Okay, very. Okay, any more questions before we call it a day? Very, very happy for all of you to be here today, and I'm quite happy to be giving this presentation. It's a little bit different from what I usually do, and I like to give feng shui presentations because they are very technical. Yeah, but sometimes, you know, people fall asleep. I hope I have not caused any one of you guys to fall asleep today, and I've tried to keep this as lively as I can. Okay, any more questions or comments? Yeah, no problem, WL. So let's say if you want us to do a full reading for him, right? Remember to use the promo code of Seminar20. And if you want us to do the feng shui for this place, feel free to look for us as well. You can either get the bundle directly from the website, or you can actually also sign up, message me as well at 84153359. Okay, that's all on my side. Then I'll leave the time for Bibo. Thank you very much. And it was very, very happy for me to talk to you guys.
Thank you, guys. If you have any other questions, maybe you can put it in the chat. If there's no other question, I think Chase will take it on the WhatsApp. If you have any floor plan reading or your date of birth that you want to see for detailed reading, you can send it to Chase. Let me send the number back. Let me find for the number here. This is the number. You can get this number and you can WhatsApp Chase directly. Is there any other question, or else we're gonna call it off for tonight? Thank you, Julius. Thank you, Kok Liang. Thank you, guys. All right, so if there's no hello, people. Yeah, I am going to message you. Can you private message me? Thank you, Nikki. Sophia, I sign up. Yeah, got it. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you. Thank you for coming, guys. Have a great night. Happy weekend.
Okay, I'll do my best to reply the inquiries right now. Thank you very much, and see you guys very soon. Sophia, thank you very much for signing up the
Thank you,
course.
Sophia. We will message you in a while.
See you tomorrow. Bye
Thank
bye. Bye
you.
bye. See you
Bye.
tomorrow, Kok Liang. Bye bye. Bye bye.